Looks good, looks good, looks good. Hey, everybody. There we go. All right, we have a little bit of movement. Welcome, everyone on TikTok. Good to see you guys. If you could give this video a thumbs up, start pressing those hearts, and please do share, especially if you know of someone who could use a message tonight. You can also gift this to someone else. Always a beautiful gift to receive. And welcome everyone on Instagram. If you guys could give me a thumbs up, let me know that you can hear me and see me all right. That would be greatly appreciated, actually on both platforms. Before I start, welcome everyone on Facebook, Ivy Angela Rivera, Ivy Rivera Psychic Medium, and YouTube at Ask Ivy. All right, Jill says, you can hear and see me all right. Wonderful. Welcome, Elvin. Welcome, Tony Ramos. Welcome, everyone. Looks like we're starting to get a few people coming in here. We have Edgar Velardes, Bethany Renner. Okay, looks good. Yolanda, welcome, welcome. Okay, so while I let everyone tune in and you guys can start submitting your $10 donations to receive whatever message the universe has waiting for you, I'm going to list off my YouTube members here. You guys, I appreciate you so much. And for anyone interested in becoming a YouTube member, you can switch over here to my YouTube channel at Ask Ivy and hit the join button. The 3 different tiers of membership will pop up, and it's going to show you different things that you'll be receiving over the course of the month, like weekly spirit messages. You get horoscopes, you get direct email readings, which in itself pays for the entire membership. What else do? We do a monthly mini class. So for those of you who started following, especially my YouTube channel back in the COVID days, because I was doing those mini classes, I stopped doing them mostly for the public, and now I just do them for YouTube members. You guys also get, and this is the top 2 tiers, you get an exclusive Ask Ivy show once a month. There's a ton going on. Okay, so check it out. But thank you to my YouTube members: Robin Hartling, Chicken Mama, Tristan, Marion, Edgar Velardes, Vanessa, Me Love 716, Andrea M, Jan Phillips, Audra, Mary, Masubi, Murray D, CJG, D Alt, Bonnie S, Jennifer Cole, Angie Johnson, Jill Marie, Heather G, Find Your Feathers, Cody, Samantha Winger, Yolanda Fisher. All right, so a couple quick announcements while we let everyone tune in. And we do have Kim, a brand new producer in training. She has done a couple shows, but she was really just shadowing. This is her first paid show. So if we could all give Kim a hand, and God bless her. She's doing this during a Mercury in retrograde. All right, so Jill is shadowing her, our regular producer, to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. But you guys, be patient as she learns. And after this, Kim will be on her own producing other shows. So if you are on Instagram or TikTok, you're going to see Kim or Jill pumping out the instructions in the feed, because we're not able to post it at the top in the description, nor can we pin it. And so you're just going to have to watch for that. If you don't like the way that works, you can switch off of wherever you are to YouTube at Ask Ivy, and you could do everything right here under one roof. So you could submit your payment, we'll take your name, get you up there, or you can go over to my Facebook pages. So that's Ivy Angela Rivera or Ivy Rivera Psychic Medium. This is running live from all of those platforms. Couple quick announcements. Gift certificates are now on sale for the holiday season. They are all year, but of course I like to promote a little bit here with if you wanted to gift someone training or certification through Roots Revival Interfaith. We offer the Reverendship training, the Reiki training. If someone wants to do spiritual life coaching and get certified in that, you may want to check that out. Gift certificates for me for parties, or I do gallery shows, I do private reads, and I do work internationally. Okay, 99.9% of what I do is over the phone. So we hit all time zones. You can gift a reading to someone else or a healing, including for pets. And we also have classes through the Ivy League Psychic Academy. Okay, so an amazing gift. I mean, I would have done anything to get a gift like this when I was, you know, in my 20s or 30s. You can maybe give a gift certificate toward the psychic mediumship course or the tarot course that's coming up. But there are like 25 other classes up there. So check it out, ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. If you want to get a gift certificate with me, ivyrivera.psychicmedium.com. We also have coming up just an announcement to book your holiday party now. So this is huge. Corporate, you know, holiday parties, bit smaller, even business parties, private parties for family or friends. People around this time of year love to host these. And if you want some great entertainment, people are going to love. I can come and do a gallery show and offer private reads after. But you can also book an Ivy League Psychic Fair. These are certified readers from the Ivy League Psychic Academy. And so we could put an Ivy League Psychic Fair together for you. People go crazy for this. This is huge, especially with the corporate events and business events. For, you know, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever, but especially New Year's gigs. But you are going to want to book that now. Okay, so spots are filling up fast. What else do we have going on? Christmas on Central. I am doing readings. This is a day. 11 a.m. That's rough for me. Okay, coming in hot. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'll be doing readings for Christmas on Central in Dunkirk, New York, this upcoming Saturday. So what you guys get to do is, you know, go down there. It is a family-friendly event. I know they have like sleigh rides for the kids. They have like free hot chocolate. Santa will be there and all this other good stuff. But we are set up as vendors like on the street and then also in all the old historic buildings for several blocks. And then you can shop at the other shops, of course. And I will be in the Elks Lodge, the historical building. Love it. It's pretty charming and a lot of original woodwork in there. Anyways, it's just great. I would go to something like this just to be able to even wander through the buildings. Okay, but a ton of local artists and vendors will be there. So you could pre-book with me now on the website or try your hand at a walk-in. And again, that's called Christmas on Central, and that is this Saturday from 11 to 6. What else do we have going on? Psychic Mediumship course begins January 7th. If you wanted to join with a group, in person, online, or if you have to do a mix match, you could get the video download every week or whenever you need it. It's adult learning. You don't have to wait. You don't have to join with that group. You can attend at any time. We are evergreen. So you can go to psychicmediumshipcourse.com to check that out. We have a raffle that's running. My hair is making me crazy today. We have a raffle running. So, I mean, this is pretty amazing. You can win like $2,500 value. You can win an entirely free seat to the Psychic Mediumship course that is up at ivyriverapsychicmedium.com. It's like $5 gets you one ticket. I think it's like $20 gets you 5 tickets, something like that. So try your hand at that as well. We also have tarot. Sorry, Kim, I'm jumping around. We also have the Spirit of Tarot class starting January 7th as well. Now that's not in person, but you can do live online, or if you need to do a mix match or just video download, you can do that. So check it out with Tiffany Chisler. She is absolutely amazing. And what's really going to be different about her tarot course is that she's going to make sure you don't get stuck using tarot as a tool for the rest of your life. If you have dreams to evolve beyond tarot into something like psychic mediumship, deeper messaging, this is going to be the class for you, because she's going to teach you in the traditional method of using the cards, of course, but also the intuitive method of pulling messages from psychic, mediumistic, and empathic ability. All right, so check her out. Do we have anything else? These are great gifts too, you guys. I'm telling you, okay? Nobody wants the socks. Nobody wants the perfume they didn't order, or the sweater, or the extra calories that you're wrapping, or the alcohol. I mean, maybe we do, okay? But maybe this is healthier, okay? So consider giving some gift certificates for classes. Okay, I think that's pretty much what we have going on. Also, just one last thing. I am pumping out the book. I am determined, come hell or high water, okay? I am publishing the symbology book and going to have it out on my tables. when I start my in-season again in May. So if you guys aren't on the early bird wait list for that, you can go to Rivera@yahoo.com and just put in the title, add me, okay? And I will make sure you're on the early bird wait list for the symbology book. All right, thank you. So welcome everyone. I'm Ivy Rivera. I'm a psychic medium, a Taino arrow walk, and this is the Unbound Sage, where I deliver whatever message is waiting for you from the universe. So this may come from a spirit that's connected to you. This may come from my own psychic ability. It may be something that I'm getting for you empathically. You know, maybe the universe just waiting with something, and that is absolutely always the case. So if you're the kind of person who's like, well, I don't know, you know, I don't feel like I have a lot going on, or, you know, maybe there's nothing for me, that it doesn't work that way. Okay. So the universe never stops working. The universe never takes a nap from sending us messages. It's all day, every day. And there's no way as humans we're going to catch it all. So if there's something waiting there, I will be tapping into it tonight, whatever is the most important thing. Okay. For you to be hearing right now. Now you're going to drop your $10 donation. If you are on YouTube at Ask Ivy, you could see the directions at the top. Same thing for Facebook. Okay, the directions are above. If you are on Instagram or TikTok, Jill and Kim, my producers tonight, are putting the directions in the chat so that you know where to drop your $10. Okay. If you see your name up on the screen, you're either next or I'm giving you your reading right now. The names are going to go up relatively quickly. So pay attention. Okay, this will get published. So should you miss your message, don't worry about it. It usually takes about 24 hours for YouTube to publish this. And I try to go on all platforms where they will allow me to, and I'll publish it right away afterwards. So you can go back and listen. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. All right, who do we have first? So we have Camille. All right, Camille, what message do I have for you? Camille, when I go over here with your energy, I feel like the first thing is to say, like, you need to get rid of anything like imposter syndrome or any type of downtrodden way you've had, especially in the last 2 to 4 months. Something would have happened about 5 months ago that may have kind of wiped your energy out a little bit. And sometimes we could start talking to ourselves in an unsupportive way. You know, we're allowing for negative thoughts to take over more than what you would traditionally do. Your brain is becoming a bit of a cyclical pattern of thought, not all necessarily negative, but just out of control. And then when it is negative, certainly you have like a mouse on a wheel type energy going on here. So there is a need for you to get control over that. Stop that dead in its tracks, and to make sure that any type of negative feelings you've been having about whether it's your physical body, your appearance, your ability to do things again. Let's revisit the imposter syndrome that Spirit brought up. Anything in that vein, it's time for you to find a better way of talking to yourself and looking at yourself. But it's also about future thinking. You have developed a bad habit in the last 5 years, primarily irritated by something that occurred about 2 years ago that may have happened in your love life, but anything that went on that year was challenging for you. What's happened now is that you haven't really cleaned up all that energy, okay? So energy doesn't sit stagnant. The majority of the time, what it's doing is it's activating a law of attraction. So like attracts like, it pulls in similar energy toward it, just like a paranormal problem would. And, you know, when it's lower level like this, you're not able to manifest. It requires that you're in alignment for manifestation to work with the higher vibration of whatever it is that you want, you know. So what needs to be happening right now is forward future thinking about where you want to go. Stop allowing your mind, your emotions, and your energy to be pulled to the past and or pulled down. I would do cleansing if I were you. I would do some cord cutting, I would do some cleansing, and I would start like a vision board and everything and start forward thinking at least 60, 65 seconds per day. All right, thank you. Yolanda, what do I have for you? Yolanda, when I'm jumping over here into your energy, I actually feel a lot of excitement, and you come through as like a rabbit. Now, a rabbit, you know, this is fertility. I don't necessarily feel like you're about to get pregnant. You would want to be careful for that just in case, you know, but this tends to be about opportunities. This is about networking. This is about people saying just the right thing to you at the right time. And this is about you sort of deserving it because of your energy. Okay. If your energy is very high vibrational, it's sort of excited. It's almost like when you approach people, you're out on the streets, you get log on your social media, whatever it is, it's this exciting type of high vibrational energy. So people are drawn to that type of thing and they recognize it. They don't necessarily know that that's what they're drawn to, but they are. And people are more than willing to partner with that. They're more than willing to put money into you. They're more than willing to offer you a position on their team or, you know, ask you questions about what you know. And so this is going to be rolling with you for, I want to say ballpark 2 years. And this is newly activated. So it feels like within the last like 3 weeks to a month. I think that even though it's easy and things will be coming to you more easily, you don't want to rest on your laurels with that, because, you know, the flip side of having that type of energy is that you can have an attitude of sort of lackadaisical, you know, ease and, oh, well, things will always come, because it's true, but it is limited. Okay, so you want to focus on it. You want to be aware of it. You want to maximize this. And I think right now you want to be asking really important questions about what else you need to release to feed that high vibration even more. So if you have a tendency to fall into pits of emotion or lean into negative past thinking or habitual memory of things that maybe didn't go right for you, or loss, or, well, I've watched this happen to so many other people, or this is how the pattern has always been. Oh, well, we're letting go of that and we're thinking this way instead. Okay, so you're replacing those types of emotions and thoughts and energy patterns with something more positive about the future, or just even cut them off and just feed the energy you know you're giving out to the world right now. Okay, so some opportunities coming in without a doubt. Thank you, Bethany. So this is a Bethany R on YouTube. Bethany, when I go over here with you, I think it's time for you to speak up. And I'm not saying, you know, go into Thanksgiving dinner and slash everyone you don't like per se, but, you know, I think a couple glasses of wine, and you certainly would regardless. I think that you're entering into a period of time where your throat chakra is clearing itself. And, you know, well, this is something we always need to work toward, because when we're talking about something like the chakras, we're usually talking about some past life history and some real stuck energy, some very determined karmic lessons there. I do believe, though, in, you know, grace and astrology, and every now and again, right, we end up with a horseshoe up our rear ends where it's like everything is just working for us, and things can get cleared on their own. This is why I always like to say, yes, you should do the work. Yes, you should see the therapist. You should do the shadow notebooks, and you should, you know, try to process everything in your life, because healing is cyclical and it's like layers of an onion. Yes, do the work, but also know when to take a break. Know when to let the universe handle the rest of it and be like, okay, you've done well. Now we're going to just wipe this on out for you. Okay. That's what this is. And so essentially any work you've been doing with the throat chakra, meaning A, you weren't speaking your truth and then you started to speak your truth in a determined way. And B, anytime you were speaking your truth, it was being disregarded, disrespected, nothing was changed. Now you have set boundaries in those areas and you have forced change. What we're going to see now is the last of it being released, putting you in a very unique position to be seen and heard. Now, you may start to notice this in the next ballpark 2 months. This is going to be gradually increasing throughout the next 2 months. And then you're going to be able to ride the wave for 6 to 7 months out, where the prosperity will kick in. The karmic payouts will be nice, but it may hit with family. Family, friends, people you see around the holidays, anyone you're interacting with. Speak your truth, enjoy it. And if you've had a tendency your whole life to sort of pause and not say things until you fully process them, the flow may be a little bit shocking to you. But you know what? When you're in the flow, you're in the flow. Let it go. Okay? It's okay. I'm not saying we shouldn't be responsible with our words. I'm saying there's a time and a place. Okay? So we're going to move on to another one here. This is from Jill on YouTube. Jill, when I go over here with your energy, I feel like there's a heavy focus on your finances, and I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just saying that's what's happening. So there's really no way for you to escape it. This may have started ballpark a month ago, and then it's going to be going forward for about 3 to 5 months. Now, at the third month out from now into the future, you're going to have an opportunity. This technically falls in your free will zone, so I can't say with 100% guarantee what you or other people involved are going to choose to do. There are too many hands in the pot. However, there will be an opportunity, and if I were you, I would push in this direction to make some kind of a significant transfer. And that'll happen between the third and the fifth month. So it could be a little bit of a slow go. It's not going to happen at that time, but we can negotiate, have the conversations, get the contracts, and, you know, get everything signed sort of underway by the fifth month. But I think that what's happening here is you're letting go of something, and through this release, you're technically able to transfer your resources into something better, okay, more quality, better investment, higher payout. This allows you to hit the ground running. So if you felt like with your finances, they haven't been bad the last 3 years, something would have changed about 4 years ago. Between the fourth year, you know, and the third year back, maybe you didn't really notice it, but from the third year on, you're kind of like, I don't know, it just isn't, you know, it's not exploding. I haven't had any like major levels up. Or, you know, if you did get an increase in pay, the workload increased so significantly, it almost didn't feel like it was that big of a level up. I think this is going to be different. So this allows you, again, to hit the ground running, okay? And we see tons of expansion here after this. So pay attention to what you're being told. And don't forget, when we're talking about your resources, we're talking about your money, we're talking about your skill set, we're talking about anything you invest in, we're talking about people you've shared income with. Where do the changes need to be made? Let go forward. We're going to move on to another one. This is for Edgar on YouTube. Edgar, when I go over here with your energy, I feel like, you know, something really important for you to do in the next, I keep getting 2. This is going to be ballpark 2 weeks, but I would see this extended out between the second and the third month as well, almost like a peak for the next 2 weeks, and then a little bit of quiet energy, and then at 2 months out from now and all the way through the third month, it's going to peak again. It's about conversation. It's about the way you're talking to people, and it's not just in what you say, it's in what you don't say. When we talk about the throat chakra, we talk about communication, we have to remember it also involves your body language, the clothing you wear, where you position yourself, who you position yourself around, what you entertain, what you don't entertain, what you say, what you hold back from saying, all of it, okay? Think about the ways we communicate. You are essentially entering into a period of time here where you need to be more mindful of that when you're having interactions with people. In particular, I want to say people at work. This could be a time where you have a tendency to just flow and speak the way you normally do, but you're going to notice that you can influence other people more by holding back, by being more observant, and by seeming almost more detached. And you can gain their interest. You can gain their attention through that. Now, that's not to say, you know, don't be weird about it, but, you know, just pay attention to when you get that feeling of like, I'm going to be quieter today. I'm going to be a little bit more reserved. It may make things work out more in your favor. I think there's even a study done on this. And I think it's in that book of Power, or I can't remember where I heard this pattern play out, but that people gain more power and influence and can manipulate more easily when they're silent. That would never work for me. But, you know, I think that if you're doing it in proper proportion to what's going on, it's really going to be true for you. And you may learn how to do this from this period of time for the rest of your life. Okay, so it's a skill. It's a master skill. Interesting. All right, thank you, Edgar. We're going to move on to Melissa S. So this is Melissa S on YouTube. Melissa, when I go over here with your energy, I'll have 2 elders coming through from your family. So I don't know if you have like Native in your bloodline, or maybe this is Latino. It's kind of all the same thing, right? Because most Latinos, whether they realize it or not, are Native, but they look very Native to me. So we have strong tribal blood in these 2 people, but it does feel like a grandmother and it feels like a grandfather coming in here, keeping an eye on you, talking about you not forgetting who you are and not forgetting to be happy. Right about now, you could be going through a period where there's a lot on your plate. And it looks like a lot of the stuff on your plate isn't just yours. So, you know, if you have children, for example, if you have, who doesn't have work obligations, if you have all these other obligations to create change in your life right now, that in itself can feel like a full-time job. And I think we're taught, especially here in America, to overlook that level of stress. That when life is changing a lot, you know, it causes a dysregulation to the nervous system, and it can mess up your sleep cycle, and you're having anxious dreaming, and, you know, your mind can kind of get out of control. They want you to stop. They want you to just sort of allow them to handle some of this for you. Okay, allow them to bring more flow and ease into this plate that has stuff piled onto it. Okay, whatever it is, and allow yourself to let go of any type of perfectionistic patterns and habits you have in your life as you move into the future. Or like they kind of say, like, you know, it's like a gift they're putting under the Christmas tree, or, you know, as you go into the new year, like pop that champagne and let this go. You don't have to be perfect for anyone. Okay. No one's measuring. And whoever taught you to do that in your head is very against the native way, where we believe in being in the flow of the seasons and not pushing and coming from that place of ego, which is fear, manipulation, and control. So however you got programmed into doing that to yourself, let that go. Okay. They love you very much. All right. We are going to move on to another one. Thank you, Melissa. This is for Tony Ramos. Okay. So Tony Ramos, what do I have for you? You know, I feel you being more excited. I feel your energy level raising, your vibration raising, and you becoming more childlike. So if you have something going on with, like, maybe literally your children, this could also just be things like, you know, family events and the holidays, where it feels very childlike, where everyone is sort of collectively becoming a little bit more innocent, more loving, more open. You may be feeling this the last couple weeks, and this would have really sparked for you about a month and a half to 2 months ago, where you had some shifting in your circumstances that took some bricks off your back. You know, you got like a bit of a monkey off your back. I can see the monkey. I'm aware of it being in the room, but it's not like breathing down your neck anymore. Okay. So we have to celebrate those shifts in energy and those opportunities to be lighter and to be healthier, to take those deep breaths. And it feels a lot like your mind is getting more organized. So if you spent the last 5 to 7 months, because of something in particular that would have happened about 8 months ago, but 6 months ago again, it would have scrambled your brain a bit. It's like, okay, now things are in categories, and I'm just going to come from a place of positivity and faith that if I walk this out the way I'm supposed to, everything's going to be all right. So really lean into that childlike joy and happiness. And it really is a period of time for you to say, let go, let God, let go, let the universe. I've done my part. I've held myself accountable. I've taken responsibility for everything I can. I'm alchemizing. I'm using this. What's the bigger picture? What are the bigger lessons in life? I'm doing my part. Now I have to know when to let go and, you know, let the universe do its part. And so you're going to be in that for a while. Enjoy it. We have another coming in. Thank you, Tony. So this is for a Christina C. Christina, when I go over here with you, I feel like you need to say what it is that you've been holding in. Sometimes you have a way of dealing with people and being like, well, I said it. Well, I kind of said it, you know, or I leaned into it, you know, but you didn't say it. Sometimes you have to look at someone, you have to be like, look, here's what it is. Okay. This is how I feel about this. This isn't working for me. And you get to see whether that person is going to be a coward about it. They're going to reveal who they really are. Or maybe you've been ignoring red flags and holding space for them when you shouldn't have been. And this is the final, you know, factor. And how do people like that act? Well, they deflect. They become a victim. They cry. They start to blame other things. They may even blame you. Okay. But they are pushing the truth away in an area where it's not up for debate. Okay, it's more than valid. And if you have a feeling, someone can't validate your feeling for you. It is a fact that you feel this way, that this person is making you feel this way, that you feel disrespected or neglected or what have you, you know? So it's like the audacity that they would even try to turn it into some type of a debate says it all, says everything you need to know. So you really need to be in a more willing place, okay? For the next, I'm getting 3. Could it be 3 days? It could. I was feeling like 3 weeks and then 3 months where you confront things. This could even stretch out between 3 to 5 months where you're confronting situations, contracts, people, intimate relationships, and you're saying it how it is. And you're looking them right in the face. And then you get to see what they're really made of. Okay. So it's time. You've held space long enough. You've walked on eggshells long enough. Thank you, Christina. All right. We're going to move on to the Furies Visa. Watch me rise. All right. The Furies Visa. Watch me rise. What do I have for you? You know, it's funny. I have like, have you ever seen these little kids? We had them in the 80s, and I guess a little bit of the 90s, but they were like little trucks that you would sit on, but they would have a big wheel at the front and you would like spin it. I don't know. I had never owned one, but you know, it would like, I guess it was kind of like the Flintstones where you had to use your feet, but you could also spin this thing and it would like make you go faster or something. I feel like you're leaving the kid games. You know, this is always going to be a symbol, whether it be a little kid bicycle or it be a vehicle, you know, or it be a red race car or a train. These are always going to be symbolic of where you are in regards to your power. Not only your power out in the world, meaning how people see you, whether people hear you, the amount of networking you're able to attract, you know, are you in a position of power, manifestation, law of attraction in regards to your wealth? Are you claiming it all the time or is it out of whack? But this is also in regards to your feelings of self-empowerment. And even though I see you on this little tyke bike and it's red, which is a symbol of power and prosperity, it is a little tyke bike. Okay. So if you've been feeling like it's time to leave the pond and get out into the ocean, if you want to start working with the big leagues, if you want to create a big name for yourself, if you're ready to start being seen and heard in a very different way, you're going to have ballpark 5 months to work on this, where the universe is highly supporting it and you can be seen and heard in a different way than what you were in the past. Now, if in the past, up to this point, you have been recognized for like skill sets, your education, or the tools in your toolbox, or your resume, or like the work that you do, like you're doing all right in this. It's not just about that anymore. It's about you being seen for your character development, for your level of integrity, and for the innate wisdom that you have that's always going to be connected to karma and past lives. So you're sort of bringing something to the table that people haven't seen yet. And they can't really put a finger on it, you know, where it's coming from. You're going to want to use that. All right. Thank you. We have one for Emily D. Emily D, when I'm going over here with you, you have a grandmother coming through who says, you may feel as though there's puppeteering going on, all right? And she makes me feel like, and I see blue eyes with her and lighter hair. She may not have colored her hair, so it almost feels like a whitish gray, you know? I wouldn't either. If my hair goes that way, I would leave that too. I like that. But, you know, she's very observant about the way you observe things. So it's sort of like she's watching your brain and your brain is watching everyone, and you're looking at relationship dynamics within systems. Okay. So take this how it resonates. It's probably hitting multiple areas of your life, like family and then relationships and then work. But how is there puppeteering going on? You know, even politically, you are asking yourself whether you are being, what's the word? I don't know, puppeted? Okay. Or are you the puppeteer? I don't know. So what in the comment section? Is there a word for that? What is that? I think that you're done with it. Okay. So if you're going to find yourself in situations for the next, in particular, I want to say 3 weeks, where you feel that someone's being manipulative of others, They are omitting things, or they're playing victim, or they're being a martyr, or, they're throwing their weight around. Maybe they're trying to get the holidays to go in a very specific way, or they're guilting someone about something, whatever it is. Okay. You're going to notice it, and you're going to need to take action accordingly. And it may not be happening directly to you all the time. You may just witness it and say, I see puppeteering. What side of this do I want to be on? And it may not be good enough for you to say, I'm not being puppeted. No one's a puppeteer over me. But do you want to be in that type of environment? So the questions go a little deeper than just where is it happening? How is it happening? Who's doing it to whom? Who's falling for it? And how sad is this? And I do think that you're going to be making some decisions into the upcoming year, in the first 6 months of the upcoming year, in regards to this, and where you don't want to get involved. Okay. And again, this could hit the workplace as well. Okay. Certainly looking at society, you're going to see it from all different angles. Very interesting. And you may ask, why did I allow that to happen to me before? Why was I puppeted before? A lot of it, of course, is a lack of knowledge, but it's also you refusing to follow your gut. Okay, so you did have warnings and should have cut those strings, but didn't. Okay, and you're going to be alchemizing that into power as well. Don't forget, once we do something like this and we learn something like this officially, we need to give it out to other people. We don't stop there. We go up to level 3, which is hand out your wisdom to the world around you. So you're definitely going to have more to say. All right, thank you, Emily. This is Shauna D. Shauna, what do I have for you? There's a sadness coming in here with you, and I don't know if you've been trying to stuff it down or be like, it's okay. I love the holidays. I'm fine. But you're sort of putting on your brave face. You're going forward, but you are feeling the weight of things. And this could be absence of certain family members. Just know, if that is the case, I do feel them coming in here because it's being brought up, okay, from your family and roots. But this is also too many obligations, too many responsibilities, maybe not enough resources, or the resources are meeting, but it's very hand to mouth. It doesn't feel like an overwhelming abundance and an ease. There are just a lot of different things going on with you. I also think that, this is a period of time where you need to look at things, even like your vitamin D levels. It causes depression. It can get, even dangerous when they start to significantly drop. So pay attention to how you're feeling, and don't pass such harsh judgment on it that you decide, well, I'm not going to address that, or that needs to be shoved down until later, or, take a truth like I'm depressed, or this makes me sad, or I don't know why I was just crying about something, and then instead slapping on a Christmas face or a holiday face, and a big smiley face, and being like, it's okay, I could just focus on this instead. We would define that as toxic positivity. Okay, so just know they're helping you, okay, your loved ones, process some of this. And while it may not always be convenient, it is a time for you to flesh some of this out and do some releasing and alchemizing with all of this. Okay, there are deeper reasons it's happening right now. Okay, we are going to move on to another one. This is for Deanna. Deanna, when I go over here with you, I honestly don't have a ton going on. Now, there may be a lot going on outside of you. There could be chaos sort of everywhere outside of you. There could be some stuff in traffic even that seems chaotic, or it's like everything with the car, there's always chaos, but ultimately within you, things are pretty serene right now. And really, any time in life you can take a bit of a break, even if you feel like it's only for 2 weeks, half of last week. So we're halfway into the first week of it. We got one more week going out this way. Okay, so you got about a week and a half left. Use it, take a deep breath, do nothing, let your brain clear it out. Okay, like the ocean, you're just you can listen and connect more with spirit. You can evolve spiritually if you want to. Don't work at anything, literally do nothing. It's a 2-week period of you taking off. And I think that what's really supposed to be happening here is you understanding more about astrological cycles, like Mercury in retrograde, for example. So this may be an interesting time for you to treat yourself to like a chart reading or something. You know, look at your chart and find where all of your Mercury is, because this is certainly affecting you. When we talk about Mercury in retrograde, which started, I think, today, I don't know, it starts on the 25th. I don't even know what day it is right now, but this is going to go until December 15th or December 16th. So one of the things that can happen with a Mercury in retrograde is that for the 2 to 3 weeks before it and the 2 to 3 weeks after it, while everything maybe is in chaos around you, it is technically a period of renewal, renegotiating, re-examining, rest, right? All the re's. So it's like you have this ability to really benefit from it because of your chart. And you may want to start playing the game on that a bit more. Okay. So I still see people coming to you and asking you for stuff, but you could be like, no, go do it yourself. All right. Make sure you do. All right. We are going to move on to Sarah Hafner. Sarah Hafner, what do I have for you? You know, I think that you have been very busy. I think you've been busy talking, and you've been busy sharing and spreading your positivity, your enlightenment, your ability to organize and run things. You have been busy your whole life giving and sharing, and you are now in a period of time where you need to be receiving a bit more. So you're at this cutoff point right about now. We would say this is a deadline. I would say in a life contract, I'm probably talking a pivotal point. Pivotal point is where skeletons in the closet, unfinished business, stuff swept under the carpet, things put up on a shelf collecting dust, conversations that haven't been had, conversations that need to be complete, opportunities that weren't available to you. Okay, all of these things are coming up at once, and they're coming up because you didn't deal with them previously. So now the universe says, bam, this is on deadline, it's over. Now the universe says to you, I can either direct where it's going to go, or you can direct where it's going to go. And we never want to leave it up to the universe. Okay. We definitely want to direct as much as we can. So this is a time for you to examine how all of these things are coming to a head at once. And this stuff seemingly from the past is being regurgitated. And you want to figure out how you can not give and give and give and give and give, but how you can make sure you're receiving. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that, because this message could go on for like another 5 minutes. So get what's due you, get higher pay. This includes with relationships. What are they bringing to the table? If you have been overreaching, cut that apron string real quick. Okay? Because when the universe says something is on deadline, I mean, it's on deadline. And I mean, you're either going to get healthy karmic payout or you're going to get negative karmic kickback. So this isn't a joke, you know, even if you've been able to put it off and put it off and put it off. Okay, that's over. All right, good luck with that. Manny C. I do want to say before I get into Manny's message here, thanks everyone for tuning in. I greatly appreciate you wherever you're tuning in. If you could at this time, give this video a thumbs up. Hit that join button here on YouTube at Ask Ivy if you want to become a member, and drop a comment of any kind. It really helps me out in the algorithm. And if you want to book a reading or party or psychic fair with me, you can go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. All right, let's move into Manny C. Also, I was hoping to hit, what is it, 12,000 or 13,000 by the new year. And I see that a lot of you aren't subscribing. Okay. So when I go into my stats, shows that a lot of you are tuning in regularly, but you have not hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. So if you could do that, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm getting close. Manny, what is going on with you? You know, Manny, I see yourself going out alone. You know, it's the equivalent of showing up to the holiday party and like going out and smoking a bowl in the garage and just kind of not really coming back. You know, I mean, you're there, but you're not there. It's this energy of release. And while I see people like talking to you or pulling at you or you know, responsibilities trying to get your attention, you really just sort of keep walking. And I think this is great for you. And I think you may be surprised at how many people around you are like, good for him. He needs to do that. I've been telling him he needs to do that, you know? So, you are, and this has already started because this is coming up slightly over here to the left. So if in the last month or two, you've been just pulling away more, you've been taking more personal space, more time for yourself, you've been shutting your brain off more, you haven't been overreaching with other people and circumstances and situations that you're obligated to invest in your life in such a way where you're like thinking on them more than what you should, or giving them more emotion, okay, than what you should. You're releasing it from your energy field, basically. I feel like this is a master skill you have taught yourself, and it may have come through hardship. So you may have been going the wrong way a lot of times in life, and that's just programming. Okay. So you're essentially deprogramming at the root of all of this and saying, no, 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 I'm finding my pace. I'm finding my vibe. I'm finding my center. And now that I have found it, I don't ever plan to come back. Okay. That's not a party I want to be at. So like, you're doing your own thing. I think that's going to be great for you. Keep going. Okay. Stay on the high vibe. All right. Do we have any more? Oh, it's called a big wheel. Yes. Thank you, Jill. Big wheels. Yeah, they were like these big clunky plastic, whatever. They came in all different kinds of, shapes. And we had these big, like Fisher Price was a huge thing in the 80s and the 90s. They were like these big fun toys. They should really bring this stuff back. Okay, are we at time? Okay, very good. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I have been posting the show as like a new show because I wanted to do 3 before I made it part of the official line of shows that I do, but you guys have shown such great like interest. This is official. So no longer new. We will be doing the Unbound Sage. I'm going to be doing these more just from time to time. I like to just pop them up whenever Spirit says people need it instead of having it in the normal routine. However, if you want to start following me, it is every 2 weeks, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, where I show up on all these platforms and I do different Q&A shows, from Ask Ivy to shows about your love life, to shows about your money, to even your intuition. So I will see you guys back there for all of those. Kim did a great job. Congratulations, Kim, on your first production. She will now be on her own. And thank you, Jill, for shadowing. All right. Thank you, Spirit. See you next time, everyone. Happy holidays.